People enter Quality Learning Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota on Tuesday, by which time work had been started to fix a misspelling on the sign. It may now be the most famous or infamous sign in the country, posted above the door on Nicollet Avenue in Minneapolis, the Quality Learning Center missing an N. A conservative content creator attempted to call out fraud, and the supporters who made video on daycare centers in Minneapolis Somali community viral. It seemed too absurd not to mention. This is Quality Learning Center, Nick Shirley said, pointing to the sign. They spelled learning wrong. Shirley's 42-minute video posted the day after Christmas quickly spread, prompting stepped-up immigration enforcement. So again, Nick Shirley, responsible for the death of RENEE Good. Nick Shirley, who is arguably responsible for the recent crackdown on Minneapolis in a big way, doing free work for the empire, manufacturing consent. If you've not seen this guy before, chat, get ready to be so mad, not just at this guy's politics, but also of how much like a wet little fucking fart he is. You're gonna hear him speak and you're gonna be like, this guy is doing the propaganda for the Trump administration and ICE. That's who's doing the propaganda, and people are just lapping it up. If you've ever been in Rhizome's chat, Rhizome used to watch this guy all the time. I'm sure he still watches him now. I first saw this guy watching a Rhizome stream. I think he just started working this year on YouTube, doing like protest agitator stuff. Basically, when we've watched like the protest agitators in the UK, he's basically that, but in America. Like, it's not that popular to do what he does in America, but Nick Shirley is kind of leading the way with it. Oh yeah, he's been a piece of shit for a while, for sure. I just wonder, like, he kind of like came to prominence like this year. Last year, 2025, right? It's time to get real mad. He went on the Full Send podcast. These motherfuckers are fucking anyway. They're some of the worst fucking people around. They literally had Benjamin Netanyahu on their podcast a couple of fucking months ago. This fucking little wet, honestly. He's the guy that was going around literally 2 weeks ago harassing Somalian-run daycare centers. Not even necessarily Somalian daycare centers, just like all these daycare centers that were shut because it was the fucking holidays 2 weeks ago. And he was like, wow, look, none of them want to speak to me. None of them are even open. They've got all this fucking money coming in. What's going on? You've committed fraud, billion-dollar fraud. Oh. And so Kristi Noem, been fucking agitated by that, sent ICE to Minneapolis. And that's why someone got fucking shot. So arguably, this guy is fucking killing people. Real cool stuff, Nick. Take a look at this.
Charlie Kirk laid the groundwork and started infiltrating young minds with disgusting ideas like racism, like misogyny. He wrapped it in a really nice blanket of Christianity, and lots of people have fallen for it. They also made Charlie Kirk a martyr. Young people everywhere watched his murder and were inflamed by it. I first met Nick Shirley on March 1st, 2025, while I was live streaming at a protest and caught him touching children. What was to come was unbelievable, and I've been warning for months that Nick Shirley is an extremely dangerous person. It started with touching children, then he was causing problems, lying to people at protests, trying to get rides.
Yeah, he literally, like, if you watch any of his content, he literally just does whatever the fuck he wants. He just goes there, does whatever he wants. When Rhizome covers him, Rhizome is often saying things like, yeah, this guy is like white supremacy all over because he just knows he can walk into this fucking situation, do whatever the fuck he wants, won't get any fucking repercussions for it. He's got a fucking, you know, a fucking mum who's got loads of money. Yeah, touching kids, hanging around daycares, demanding to be let in. When your fucking administration that you support is in the Epstein files, like, every fucking leftist everywhere should just be calling these freaks pedophiles. Like, seriously. I know that there's fucking defamation and shit that can happen, so I don't know, like, maybe be careful with it, but it's like, bro, all of yous are fucking pedo. You're all pedo fascists, just like fucking Israel. You could just say MAGA are a pedophilic cult. Even that on its own is not defamatory, it's just kind of true. They're a pedophilic fucking cult.
Manufacture videos trying to catch people saying compromising things. Nick also is on video bribing children.
Nick encourages a child to have a physical engagement with an adult stranger in a crowd that he's deemed hostile and crazy. Asks a child to ask hostile adults about their thoughts about his sign reading, Save Our Big Booty Latinas. Sawyer Salmon states that he's 17 years old. Carter states he's 16-year-old. Nick states the kids are 17 years old. Nick instructs the child to leave the bounds of the march to promote his website and products. Yeah, like the agitators, I guarantee this guy has watched UK agitator streamers. Absolutely. Because they all do this shit as well. They basically fucking corrupt and groom young kids and younger teens to just like do mad shit at protests. They're like, yeah, lads, you want to do something funny? And some of them fucking pay him and shit. You know what I mean? It's why you don't see Charlie Veach videos anymore, because he got ran out of fucking town for being a pedo. That's not my words. That's just what someone said, you know what I mean? Mormonism is a deeply pedo religion. They have a hotline run by lawyers specifically to hide pedophilia in the church. I can believe it.
Doesn't get in trouble, and he knows that because they are minors, they will not get in trouble either. He then started traveling nationally and internationally, including doing a propaganda video at Sukkot.
Yeah.
He was also next to Caitlin Collins as press at the White House when President Bukele was there. He also has a direct connection to the White House. If you remember, when he was protesting in Portland, he got a sniper rifle pointed at a protester.
Yeah, I remember this. I think Rhizome was watching this. Cops ask him if they want to arrest someone on a couple of occasions. Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Unless he had a direct connection to the White House. With this latest stunt at the Minnesota daycares, he knew exactly what he was doing. He was being paid for. This was a propaganda hit piece. Kristi Noem has said that ICE agents are going door to door. This was to manufacture consent to conduct more depraved and horrific ICE deportation tactics. They are now going door to door because of Nick Shirley's stunt. I mean, it's just so disturbing. People with massive platforms, millions of followers, have reposted this saying they're finding fraud. And honestly, I would have more respect for them if they got duped, but I'm not sure if they're in on it too. If you're not in on it, I would come out and retract what you said, retract supporting and putting his content out there. This is what social media does, is it spreads information like a wildfire, be it good or bad. And in Nick Shirley's case, this has been used to destroy lives. If you or your child watches or follows Nick Shirley, you should be very concerned. I know Nick Shirley personally.
That's dope. This is an activist from Utah. I'm going to follow.
Yeah, I know. I've got super invested into it for like 3 days and was just fascinated by the fact that they spelled Learning Center wrong.
You're fascinated by the fact that they spelt Learning Center wrong. Have you ever been outside in your fucking life? America has the worst literacy level in the world. There might be some places where it's worse. Markedly and crucially, America calls itself the first world, and it has the worst literacy rate of any country.
He's trying to do something actually really good, and he gets a ton of backlash from the other side. It's just hilarious. It's just grinding YouTube and content. He doesn't have any agenda. Man. He's not with any party. He's just
no agenda, no party. Yeah. He's just trying to expose the truth. He's got that Sigma grind set, baby. What's the appeal of these two dorks? I mean, this is every like white guy in America of like a certain class. Do you know what I mean? Like if you are in the petty bourgeois class, if you're like middle class in America, you just like look and sound like this. And so all you want to do is watch a podcast where people speak to, you know, controversial. It's the same reason that Joe Rogan is, you know, what do you call it? Popular, enticing. So people even just watch him to like, I don't know, laugh at them or whatever. I don't know. Oh, it's crazy though, because then you look at this guy and it's like, yeah, man, even if you're 50 years old, you can see yourself in this. In this YouTube video where he sounds like a child, but he looks like he's 59 years old. What's going on? Yeah, man, I just uncritically absorbed this information from this random YouTuber that they even said is just like out here. He's on his own. He doesn't have any funding. I mean, all of that is wrong. But if that's what they think of him, it's like, okay, yeah, cool. You're just uncritically absorbing information from a guy. Just a guy.
So you've been on like a run since this.
Well, yeah, I've been doing YouTube since I was a high schooler, since I was like 15, and then...
How old are you now?
23.
20.
And so...
My man is 23.
Past 2 years, I've uploaded every week for over 104 weeks at this point. And so...
Every week?
Every week.
On the same day or no?
No, not on the same day.
Once a week?
Yeah, just once a week. And so now after all this happened, it's been completely different because now I have people doxing me, coming after my family.
Shut up, dude. It's because you're a fucking disgusting fascist freak. There are YouTubers that this like does not happen to. Like, you could be a YouTuber and have this not happen to you. The way that you get that to not happen to you is a number of things. One, you limit the amount of fucking information that's out there about you. That's difficult, especially if you're a woman, because people are freaks, right? But if you're like a guy, If you're a guy, all you do is like not be controversial. People have tried to dox me because I'm fucking controversial, right? But the people who tried to dox me are fucking liberals and fascists. Also, yeah, this guy fucking doxes people. God, he's such a freak. And he wears it like a badge of pride as well. Like he's smiling about it. It doesn't affect him.
Like I have a security guy with me right now just because I pissed off a pretty bad group of people to piss off.
Really?
Well, it's millions of dollars.
These fucking guys. Really?
Primarily Somalians that are taking the money.
What's the response been from the Somalians? Have any of them hit you
The
directly?
Somalians.
Oh yeah, lots of death threats have came my way, and then I went back to Minnesota after I filmed it.
Like the Somalians, every one of them. What do you mean?
And people were stopping at intersections, coming after me. Security had to like step in front of them because there's more fraud. Like the daycares was just one part of the fraud.
What's the next fraud?
There's the transportation companies. There's millions of dollars being funneled through the airports that go back to Somalia. Like there's a lot of fraud.
Did you
Millions of dollars being he's literally like, what they do is Governor Tim Walz gets the money in a big bag and he gives it to the Somalians and they take it back to Somalia on the plane. How many views does this have? Okay, you're not gonna like this. It's got 100,000 views from yesterday. It's not good. These guys got 2.8 million subscribers. 2.1, sorry.
expect this kind of like death threats and stuff like that too? Probably not, right?
This was posting my video like as my weekly upload, just like how when you guys do
100%, yeah.
you kind of just get in the rhythm of posting. And so
Did you think it would snap like that? Or were you kind of just like
another week and I knew it was going to be a big video.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like planning my next week's video. And then I go to the gym, I post my video and I get on X and people are taking the clip. I'm like, shoot, I got to go post my video on X because everyone was taking it before I could even post it.
You don't go to the gym. This is the least go in the gym guy I've ever seen. If this guy goes to the gym, he's not doing it right. He's not eating right. Unless he just goes to the gym for cardio, in which case, yeah, sure, probably. His mum was probably like, you need to go to the gym and learn how to run because one day these fucking protesters are going to murk you up, bro.
What made you look into the fraud in Minnesota?
I went there last June and the Minnesotans were telling me all about the fraud happening and these daycares have absolutely no kids inside of them. He engaged with it. He retweeted it. And then later in the day, he commented on it. Then later in the day, he commented again on it, saying prosecute Tim Walz. And then
like, this is the whole thing, right? This is the whole thing. This is why it's so easy to blow up on the right because everybody all the time is looking to have their biases confirmed. And one of the people who needs their biases confirmed more than anything is fucking no friends, loneliest billionaire in existence, Elon fucking Musk, right? So when Elon Musk sees a new young Republican MAGA content creator who is saying a thing that he also believes because Elon Musk has a massive influence on politics in this country, the USA and in the UK, broadly speaking in Europe, in the world, you know, he's gonna retweet, he's gonna see it, he's gonna retweet it, he just retweets fucking everything, and then all of a sudden you got fucking hundreds of thousands of views and everyone's looking at you and shit, you know? That's what it is. And it's like, yeah man, I got here through grinding, I had to grind for this view. It's like, no you didn't, you just had to get the right guy to show Elon Musk, and he fucking retweeted it, and it was probably your mum, or it's probably that fucking David Koch guy, or whatever his name is. What's his name? David Hoke, you know?
JD Vance retweeted it. Then
there you go, JD Vance retweeted it.
Cash Patel.
Some of the most powerful people in the administration were retweeting my fucking insane videos, going around and harassing left-wingers.
Talking about how the fraud's happening, and then Pam Bondi's talking about it, and then...
Oh no, he's literally talking about his Minnesota video. Like, they did this with his other videos. His content has also been shown and shared by these other guys, like, fucking last year. Come on, man.
Everybody on the internet was talking about it. Like, it was...
Obviously, the most viral part is they misspelled Learning Center. How long did that place exist?
This guy loves this shit. This guy loves this shit. He's like, yeah, man, I'm so fascinated with this one bit. It is such evidence. This is the best evidence that there's fraud happening in Minneapolis at daycare centers because they misspelled learning.
And like, are you surprised no one else fucking notices that they have a learning center?
Over 8 years, right?
You can open a business in America and you could be deathly incompetent. That's just a thing that you can do. We were talking previously about opening a restaurant. People do that all the time. People do that here all the time. You get a bit of money or you get a business loan or whatever. You set up a business, try and make it work. It doesn't work, whatever. You know, like, it just happens. Anyone can fucking do it. That's the thing. That's the stupid thing about capitalism, is that you don't need any qualifications to go to a bank. All you need is a good credit rating, and if you're privileged, you'll have a good credit rating.
So that daycare,
you could just start a business like that.
They've moved in a business who's friends with Ilhan Omar, the business owner is. There's photos of that.
Damn, that's crazy that a business owner would be friends with a local politician. Now do Elon Musk and Trump. They're like using this as some kind of evidence that there's stuff happening. Like, yeah, this person's friends with Ilhan Omar. Oh, damn, dude. The representative for the state of Minnesota is friends with their constituents. Who's your fucking local politician? Who's your rep?
The door wasn't there. It just happened for years, and they received $1.9 million from the government, and they had received even more millions before that.
No.
And nobody said a word. And
no, I don't believe it.
Just a few blocks away from the...
You're telling me that the government is sending $1.9 million to a daycare center? I'm sorry, man. This is just such unbelievable tripe.
Timberwolves arena.
Did you see the guy's response to it outside the store or outside the daycare?
Yeah, he's a complete clown. At that same time, the Commissioner of Children is talking about how that daycare was closed a week ago. And so now they're all showing face. Like, there's even been reports of daycares paying kids upwards of $1,500 to go and put their kids in the daycare. There's
been reports of people, daycare is paying kids
upwards of $1,500 to go and put their kids in the daycare.
Upwards of $1,500 to put their kids in the daycare. Is he just talking about state subsidized childcare? Is that what he's talking about?
So are they all Somalian owned?
Yeah, so 89% of the fraud.
Or is there like one white daycare that's like taking advantage of the fraud? Or is it all Somalians?
Yeah, so there was like one of the ringleaders of it. She was a white lady. She got arrested.
One of the ringleaders is a white lady. Damn, dude. Way to shoot your own fucking propaganda in the foot. That's wild. I mean, the people who watch him won't care.
However, 89% of the fraud being committed in Minnesota is by Somalians.
Dang. How did the Somalians come up on this business?
What are Somalians known for?
Like stealing? Like boats and shit?
Yeah. It's just kind of...
Oh.
Captain Phillips.
Great movie. The best thing about this entire thing in the clip.
Yeah, man. I watched a movie where some Somalians captured a boat. So that means that every Somalian is a thief.
The clip of the kid that claims that they stole the documents. I don't know if you picked up on this. He's wearing Chrome Heart prescription glasses. I actually was looking at those. They're $2,800.
He's like, these glasses are $2,800? I don't understand. What's your point? What point are you trying to make? What's that got to do with anything, dude? Who is he? Who are they saying he is? The best thing about this entire thing in the clip of the kid
that claims that they stole the documents. I don't know if you picked up on this. He's wearing Chrome Heart prescription glasses. I actually was looking at those. They're $2,800.
Yeah.
So while he's talking about how there's no fraud going on, this random kid is wearing like the sickest, craziest pair of glasses I've ever seen.
If anyone has anything that is worth more than $2,800 and they're saying that, you know, trying to make a point, that just invalidates their point, right? Is that what that is? You know, these motherfuckers do the same thing to like us, right? They say like, oh, you hate capitalism so much, but you've got your iPhone, you've got your, you know, you got this, that, and the other. And it's like, okay, well, I don't know, man. Like, what point are you trying to make, bro? I just found those glasses for $130 online. Yeah, no, it's dog shit. It's dog shit. They just say anything, right?
I've seen a lot of people, and the worst network in the world, CNN, throw shade at you. So what's their argument about that you didn't get all the information, or what are they trying to say? Because they're almost defending, like the libs are defending.
Okay, yeah, let's see what CNN is saying about Nick Shirley. What we know about a Minneapolis daycare center that was highlighted in a video about alleged fraud by Andy Rose. People enter a quality learning center in Minneapolis, Minnesota on Tuesday, by which time work had been started to fix a misspelling on the sign. It may now be the most famous or infamous sign in the country, posted above the door on Nicollet Avenue in Minneapolis, the quality learning center missing an N. A conservative content creator attempted to call out fraud, and the supporters who made video on daycare centers in Minneapolis Somali community viral. It seemed too absurd not to mention. This is quality learning center, Nick Shirley said, pointing to the sign. They spelled learning learning wrong. Shirley's 42-minute video posted the day after Christmas quickly spread, prompting stepped-up immigration enforcement. So again, Nick Shirley, responsible for the death of Renee Good. Frozen federal funds and more biting rhetoric against the Somali community from President Donald Trump. Although Shirley's encounters with other businesses were often more dramatic, the misspelled sign on its locked door made Quality Learning Center a focus of criticism aimed at the state government and Governor Tim Walz. So they've done mild criticism here. Although Shirley's encounter with other businesses were often more dramatic, leaving a lot to the imagination, people are going to read this and not like, you know, people are racist, man. Like the majority of people in the fucking United States are racist. Racist white people. And they're going to read this and just be focused on the fucking like, you know, this isn't an article saying, oh yeah, this guy's being so racist and shit like that. They're like, just like backing him up, bro. These are not real businesses, Shirley told CNN's Whitney Wild this week. Let's take a look. Is this what they're referring to? Did he go on TV? CNN reporter questions Nick Shirley. Right, let's have a little look. Let's see what kind of fucking framing they give this.
We're from CNN. Can we talk to you? This is MAGA YouTuber Nick Shirley. Back at a daycare in Minnesota, he alleged was a fraudulent facility in a now viral video.
People are going to say this is a left or right issue, but no, fraud is fraud. Over here. And so I'm not out here trying to put a twist on things.
Shirley's viral video, released over the weekend, in which he says he's uncovering tens of millions of dollars in fraud at Minneapolis daycares run by the Somali community, was retweeted by Elon Musk and Vice President J.D. Vance. In the video, Shirley tries to open locked doors and talk to people at various daycares he claims are frauds.
Did you come during their normal operating hours when you came to visit?
I came at 11 a.m., I believe, and I also came the following day, later in the day. The point of it is not whether or not I came at the right time of their operation hours.
Listen, the question that you're asking me is not the point. Just because I came at 11 a.m. during Christmas, it doesn't mean anything.
The point is that blacked out doors, they can't give you any information. You call that number, no one answers. I wasn't trying to go.
Just because they weren't operating didn't mean that I visited during operating hours, non-operating hours. Is so good. This is so good, man.
And there should be a way for somebody to actually be able to call that number and somebody to be able to answer. These aren't real businesses.
But surely you don't think a daycare should just be unlocked. You shouldn't be able to just walk into a
There
daycare.
should be a reception.
No, every daycare is locked.
This is so dumb, dude. He's like, yeah, you should just be able to get in, and like in America where people have guns, you should just be able to get in and murder fucking children with a gun if you want. Like, what do you mean?
Their doors are locked.
And so, okay, you bring up a fair point. Then but why can't they actually give me information how to enroll a child?
Both Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel said on social media they've indicted dozens of defendants. DHS has posted multiple videos of agents they say are conducting.
So all Nick Shirley is doing is just providing marks for the administration to arrest to make it look like they're doing proper law enforcement. That's all it is. That's all that's happening, right?
Fraud investigation.
Do you think that federal law enforcement hasn't done enough? I mean, they would say, look, these fraud cases have been going on, but they've already done like 80 indictments. The cases have been going on, you know, for years.
And why did I show up one day in Minnesota and go to all these daycares, no children, they're receiving millions of dollars. We uncovered nearly $110 million in fraud in one.
This is what I was talking about, chat, when I was saying get ready to get mad. Like, he can't even say sentences properly. And he's just being platformed by so many people, you know what I mean? As like, yeah, man, he's doing real investigative journalism. He's just harassing a black community. That's all that's going on. This fucking loser white supremacist shit is just harassing a black community. Not just a black community, but their children's daycares.
How do you know that all the allegations that you're making are true?
How do I know that they're true? Well, we showed you guys what was happening, and then you guys can go ahead and make your own analysis.
We're coming.
Okay, all right. I actually thought that CNN were going to be glazing him a little bit. But this is so good, dude. They're like, how do you know that any of this stuff is true? And he went, well, I showed you and you can make your own blah. He didn't even say a real word. He didn't even say a real word at the end there. He just went, you can make your own blah.
So we can make our own analysis. Are you 100% sure you're true?
Yeah, I am 100% sure I'm true.
You know what that is? That's stuttering and shit. That's proof that he is literally never challenged, right? That he never engages in actual interviews with people or anything like that where they're not just going to glaze him entirely, right? Is this guy supposed to be the new Charlie Kirk? I think that is the idea. I think that like, because, you know, conservatives and Republicans on Twitter and shit are all saying shit like, we need to protect this guy, keep him in your prayers, yada, 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 because they're like, yeah, man, someone's going to shoot him soon. And it's like, yeah, man, someone might shoot him soon because he's way more agitating than Charlie Kirk, and he does and has the things that he does have real world consequences pretty fucking quickly. So damn, dude, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if someone is mad at him and wants to do violence against him. I'm not saying that they should, right? Well, that's what CNN was saying about him. Let's see what he says about this.
The learning centers are saying that you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, they're defending fraud. And if you watch any of their videos, they'll come out, the first thing they say is MAGA YouTuber, right-wing journalist, conservative journalist. They just...
Is that not what you are? Also, you're not a journalist, so if they're calling you a journalist, that's quite the praise, Nick, and you should take that. You should take that. What, is this guy embarrassed to have the politics that he has, or what? I don't get it.
And so they're trying everything to do to debunk me. And meanwhile,
no, they're not.
Can't debunk me. Tim Walz just dropped out from re-election because he knows the fraud's so extensive in his state.
No, Tim Walz dropped out of the election to retire because and again, recently, I'm no fan of Tim Walz. Found this out yesterday. Tim Walz dropped out of the re-election race to retire because your audience was sending him death threats, and his family. They were also threatening his fucking family. And he isn't the only lawmaker in Minnesota to have been threatened with this kind of shit. Melissa Hortman, who actually got fucking murdered in Minnesota a couple of fucking months ago, right?
Because now that when politicians that high up get involved, probably makes you a little nervous or just feel a type of way.
It is scary.
No, dude, he knows that he is going to be protected by this fucking administration. Are you joking me? Kash Patel retweeted his fucking video. Pam Bondi retweeted his fucking video. Are you dumb?
In the sense that, like, they came after me. They tried to debunk me, but they couldn't. And so then they came after my family.
They tried to debunk me, but they couldn't. Yeah, but you were debunked. You get debunked all the time, bro. The reason, if people are trying to, like, you know, I mean, people don't need to dox you. Like, all that needs to happen is people need to know where you're gonna be if you're going to a protest. And if they see you at a protest, that they should block your fucking camera and play copyrighted music out of fucking Bluetooth speakers. That's the only thing that should happen. Because that's the way to deal with protest agitators like fucking Nick Shirley, you know what I mean?